Hello friends, in the last video we discussed about sex chromosome and sex determination. Today we are going to discuss about sex-linked inheritance. We have seen in the previous video that in some species including human, XY chromosomal system is present. Here X and Y are the sex chromosomes. And the genes present on these sex chromosomes X and Y are known as the sex-linked genes. There are two types of sex-linked genes. One is Hollandric genes or the Y-linked genes, which is present on the Y chromosome, and the other is X-linked genes present on the X chromosome. And these X-linked genes are only basically considered as sex-linked genes. We have already seen in the previous video that during the meiosis, the pairing of X and Y chromosome takes place. This does not take place along the entire length, but end to end. That means the entire chromosome is not homologous to each other, but only along the end, which is known as the pseudo-autosomal region. And in these regions only the pairing and the crossing over takes place. The remaining region is known as the differential region, which are not homologous. To understand this better, you can refer my previous video on sex chromosome and sex determination. So in these differential regions, sex-linked genes are present. First is the Hollandric genes or the Y-linked genes. These genes are present in the differential region of Y chromosome, and Y chromosome are only present on the male. So genes are inherited along Y chromosome, hence it is inherited from male to male. So the genes that are present on the differential region of the Y chromosome are phenotypically expressed only in the male sex. Example is hypertrichosis pinna oris, that is hair present on the external pinna of the ear. Now second is X-linked gene, which is basically considered as the sex-linked genes. These genes are present in the differential region of X chromosome, and these shows the Crisscross pattern of inheritance. It means the male transmit this X-linked recessive genes to grandson, which is F2 generation, through his daughter F1. What does this mean? Suppose the parental generation male, it has one X chromosome and one Y chromosome, and some recessive gene is present. Suppose it is the gene for the color blindness. Now fertilization takes place and offspring that is produced in the F1 generation, it is female. So this is father and this is daughter. This daughter receives one X chromosome from father, but this gene is recessive. So this recessive gene is not expressed in this generation. In the next generation, again after the fertilization, offsprings are produced. If one of the offspring is male, this is the F2 generation. It is the son of the F1 generation and grandson of the parental generation. This male receives the X chromosome from the mother. So here this X chromosome has the recessive gene, which is the X-linked gene. Now here only one X chromosome is present and the other is Y chromosome because it is male. So now in this generation, F2 generation, this recessive gene C is expressed. So we can see it is expressed in the parental generation, then in the next generation, which is the F1 generation, it is not expressed. Again, in the next generation, F2 generation, it is expressed. This is known as the crisscross pattern or the skip generation. So, in the X and Y chromosomal system, the X and Y chromosomes has two regions. One is homologous and the other is non-homologous. It is also known as the differential regions as discussed in the previous videos. So, the genes present in these differential regions are hemizygous or half zygous because these are non-homologous region. So, no allele of this gene is present on the other sex chromosome or no allelic counterpart is present on the other sex chromosome. Hence, it is known as the hemizygous. So, the genes present in the differential region of X chromosome shows the pattern of inheritance known as the X linkage, and the genes present in the differential region of Y chromosome shows the pattern of inheritance known as the Y linkage. In the XY chromosomal systems, individuals are either female or male. Female has two X chromosomes. That means a pair of X chromosome is present, so the alleles present on these chromosomes are homozygous and heterozygous. But if we talk about male, these have X and Y sex chromosome. So, only one copy of X chromosome is present, and hence the X-linked genes or the genes present on the non-differential region of the X chromosome are hemizygous or half zygous as discussed earlier. And these genes shows the phenomenon known as pseudodominance. What does this mean? It means that only single copy of allele is present in the differential region and it expresses itself or expresses the phenotype even if the single copy of recessive allele is present. And it is similar as one copy of the dominant autosomal allele or one copy of the dominant allele present on the autosome expresses itself or expresses the phenotype. Genes that are present on the differential region of sex chromosome shows inheritance pattern that is related to sex. If we see the inheritance pattern of gene present on the autosomes, then the male and the female progeny that is produced shows the same phenotypic ratio. But in case of the inheritance pattern of the genes on the X chromosome, the male and the female progeny that is produced has the different phenotypic ratios. It means if we see the inheritance pattern of genes on autosomes. So, here male and female progeny that is produced has same phenotypic ratio as explained by Mendel. If the phenotypic ratio is 3:1, then both male and female will have the phenotypic ratio of 3:1. But if we see the genes present on the sex chromosome, that is the sex-linked gene, then in that case, these male and female progeny that are produced do not have the same phenotypic ratio. These have the different phenotypic ratio. To explain this, Morgan did experiment on Drosophila. He explained the inheritance pattern of X-linked genes. The parental generation, red eye female was crossed with white eye male. This is wild type and it has both the alleles for the red eye. Male has only one X chromosome having the allele for the Y-type. This is male gamete, this is female gamete. F1 generation that is produced are all red-eye. So, this allele for the Y-type is recessive and the allele for the red-eye is dominant because all the progeny is red-eye. Now, F1 female is crossed with F1 male. In the female, there is one allele for the red eye and one allele for the white eye is present. And in the male, one allele for the red eye is present, as there is one X chromosome and the other is the Y chromosome. This is male gamete, this is female gamete. If we see the F2 progeny, then red and the white eye individual is produced in the 3:1 ratio. But female are all red. In case of male, half individuals are red eye and half are white eye. So here the phenotypic ratio of female is different from the phenotypic ratio of male. So the X-linked genes or the genes present on the sex chromosome shows different inheritance pattern as compared to the genes that are present on the autosomes. Now let us see reciprocal cross. Here white eye female is crossed with the red eye male instead of red eye female and white eye male. If we see the F1 generation, all the female are red. And all males are white. Then F1 female is crossed with the F1 male. In the F2 generation, half of the female have red eye and half has white eye. Similarly, for male, half are red eye and half has white eye. So here we see that the phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation in reciprocal cross is different from the phenotypic ratio of this F2 generation. Also, if we see here, then this male has one X chromosome which has the allele for the red eye color. In the F1 generation, female has one of the X chromosome containing the allele for the red eye color. Then in the F2 generation, one of the male has the X chromosome containing the allele for the red eye color. So this X chromosome containing the allele for the red eye color is transferred from the male to the female of the F1 generation, and then this female of the F1 generation transfer is to the male of the F2 generation. Or in other words, father transfers its X chromosome containing the allele for the red eye color to its daughter, and from daughter this X chromosome containing the allele for the red eye color is transferred to its son. That means this X chromosome containing the red eye color is transferred from father to grandson via daughter. This is known as criss-cross pattern of inheritance. We can observe similar pattern here. Here the X chromosome containing the allele for the white eye color is transferred from the father to daughter, and from the daughter it is transferred to the son. That means the X chromosome containing the allele for the white eye color is transferred from the father to the grandson via daughter. This is known as the criss-cross pattern of inheritance. The sex-linked gene or the genes that are present on the X chromosome does not necessarily have the sexual function. That means these do not always play role in the determination of the sex. Very few have the sexual functions, others have the different function. Like here, if we see X chromosome, then the allele has the role in the determination of the eye color, but it does not have any sexual function. Now let us understand this criss-cross pattern of inheritance through color blindness. Parental generation, normal female is crossed with the male having the color blindness. Then in the F1 generation, we get all the individuals normal or none are colorblind. Then the F1 female is crossed with the F1 male. In the F2 generation, female are all normal. Male half normal and half are color blind. If we see this parental generation, we know female has two X chromosome. Both the X chromosome has the normal allele. Male has one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. This X chromosome has the allele for the color blindness. This is male gamete, this is female gamete. In the F1 generation, all the female receives one of the X chromosome from this male. So, among the two X chromosome, one of the X chromosome has the allele for the color blindness. But none of the female are colorblind. From this, we can take out the conclusion that this allele C for the color blindness is recessive allele. So, it is not expressed in the heterozygous state. Here, all the males receive the X chromosome from the female of the parental generation. So, all are normal because these X chromosome has the normal allele. Now, F1 female, which has one X chromosome for the normal allele and one X chromosome for the allele for the color blindness, is crossed with the F1 male, which has the one X chromosome for the normal allele and Y chromosome. In the F2 generation, if we see, all the female are normal, but half of the male are normal and half are colorblind. So, here the male receives the X chromosome from the female of the F1 generation. All the female receives one X chromosome from the male of the F1 generation and one F chromosome from the female of the F1 generation. This female has the X chromosome, both the X chromosome having the normal allele, and here one of the X chromosome has normal allele and other has the allele for the color blindness, but because it is recessive, so it is not expressed. If we see the male, one of the male receives the X chromosome for the normal allele and the other receives the X chromosome containing the allele for the color blindness. So, here only one X chromosome is present, so this allele for the color blindness is expressed. Hence, half of the male is colorblind. So, this allele for the color blindness is transferred from the father to the daughter and from the daughter to the son. Father is colorblind, mother is carrier and grandson is colorblind. The allele for the color blindness is transferred from the father to its grandson via the daughter. So, this is known as the criss-cross pattern of inheritance or skip generation. This is all for today's video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you.